Welcome back to Collected Works, where we're talking about the works of Oasis. We just played you a couple from their, what was that, fifth album? Was that the fifth?
Yeah,
Fifth studio.
it's
Studio album.
but yeah.
We're now heading on to the sixth album from 2005.
Don't believe the truth. If there is one latter day Oasis record that gets close to the first two records, this is it.
Yeah.
This is the last great Oasis album.
I like a lot of the tracks on it.
It is extremely back to basics.
Yes.
It is. We have a full band together. We brought in Jem Archer and Andy Bell, and then Zach Starkey is on drums, even though he's not credited because he refused to join the band.
Why?
Noel let some control loose, so Andy and Jem are writing songs on there. Liam is contributing his two best songs to the Oasis catalog. It's just much more like, it's almost a garage rock record, and it's kind of produced like it's a garage rock record. Like, it's very much kind of muted and faded, but it's just a straight rock album. Like, let's get all the excess out and just put out a good record.
They just go back to basics.
Yeah.
They're just like, it's not like a bazillion. It's mixed better, Like, it just, like, it has an even mix of things, and like the thing that, like, a lot of the held them back was just how wall of sound it was.
Yep.
And it's just like, if you're a good enough guitar player like that, if you just stick with one really good idea, people will really work for it. So, like, a lot of the riffs are memorable. It's like all the tracks are very good. And some of his best songwriting, even Noel.
Some of his best later day Oasis songwriting is on this record. You've got, like I said, Andy Bell has two great songs in I Will Keep the Dream Alive and Turn Up the Sun are two great songs.
I like
on that
Turn Up
record.
the Sun, yeah.
Liam's to The Meaning of Soul and Guess God Thinks I'm Able are his two best contributions to the discography.
Really? His two best songs?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think Guess God Thinks I'm Able is a good song.
I'll have to get that one another listen.
Lila, of course, was the last thing that resembled a hit in the States for them. And was like the first one to know, like, here's just an Oasis rock single. And it's like, oh, that's nice to hear again.
Cool. And I guarantee none of the streams or any of the sales were old people confused that it was Layla by Eric Clapton. And it wasn't. They're both British.
They are both
Not
British.
Like that, Grandma. We have Layla at home.
It's just Liam singing about sex.
It's a very horny song.
It is a very horny song, but it's got a great riff, extremely catchy chorus.
Absolutely, the drums are solid, the bass are solid. It's been a while since they felt like united, like all instrumentally, not just kind of cool.
Yeah, it sounds the most like just a band playing live in a studio instead of like a studio production.
Yeah.
Was that a conscious decision? Like, did they have?
I think so. It was like they'd gotten so far on the weeds. It's like, we have this new band together. We're all like really good and we're very tight. Let's just play a record.
So we're getting close to Oasis's big divorce.
Yes.
So it's like, this feels like a last ditch effort to be like, hey, this almost feels like if I can compare it to Green Day's American Idiot. Where, like, it was like a lot of people really like the really early stuff, but then, like, American Idiot was just like a very good, well put together album, but then they didn't even come close. Like, kind of after, like, as much. It was one of the last two records are very much like, we're trying to save the band. It's like Mommy and Daddy are fighting all the time.
It's the closest thing to a
cocaine brothers punching.
It's the closest thing to a collaborative record that Oasis has.
Yeah.
Whereas basically all the records are Noel. This one is actually like, okay, I have bandmates that I can lean on for once.
Yeah, this is their therapy album. Where they're getting some stuff out. They're like, hey, I want to write too. It's cathartic for everybody. I think it was cool that he wanted to bring them to the table on that, and I think it was a genuinely good gesture on his part.
So what song are you going to go with for yours?
I think you know the song.
Are you going with The Importance of Being Idle?
I am going with The Importance of Being Idle. You absolutely. That was another song.
This is another case where it is objectively the best song on the record.
Yeah, like, there's no way to avoid that. It's it has like a very fun dan 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 dan, and it has tasteful solos in
Yeah.
there, like not crazy wanking like a lot of solos were, especially on the early stuff where it's like, oh cool, which one's the lead guitar part? Like it has a couple solos, it's got acoustic, the lyrics are very fun, the chord change is
Mhm.
like just, it's objectively the best one on the record. It's some of Noel's best work. I think it's on par with even some like his best work.
It's one of the top 3 Dole tracks.
Yeah, like it does not play around. It's very good. It's got a fun little music video or whatever. Uh, it's just a rockin' track.
So if you're gonna go with that, because that is the one I was going to go to,
That
because
is,
it's
yeah,
objectively
because
the
it's
best one.
yeah,
I will go with "Turn Up the Sun"
yeah,
as my. It's a it's a great throwback to the early days of Oasis, where like you just had like, as we like say, the mission statement opener. It's just a heavy riff, down and dirty, a little psych thrown in with some
mm,
cool lyrics. Like the production, there's a little production like you would hear on like Hello or something like. It very much sounds like Hello Part Two on
oh
this song,
yeah,
like in terms of the production. I just think the song rocks.
that's awesome, man. Yeah, that is a good track. Again, they're very good at opening with
Yeah.
it. You know, they have very strong, like they again, Mission say like the 1975 have a track called the 1975 on
Hmm.
all of their stuff
Right.
because that's like, okay, this one is our mission statement for it. Like Oasis doesn't officially have that, but like, usually their opening track is like their, hey, this is what we're doing.
So yeah, if you're going to go to a third Oasis record past the first two, this is
Yeah,
the one to go to if you're not going to listen to the Master Plan.
yeah, it's good. Skip the other one. I'm not even gonna tell you what it
So do
is.
we
You know.
do we pick two different songs, or was that
We
just
did pick two different songs. He had a
okay?
backup ready,
Yeah.
Okay.
So, he had the importance of being idle.
which is objectively the best.
I had Turn Up the Sun.
Right on. Let's hear him now.